Hello, everyone, and welcome back to our YouTube channel, Sisterly Conversation.
I look lopsided though. Wait, anyway. Hi everyone.
Okay, let's pick a topic. So, the topic is how do we feel about the rising crime in Barbados? So, I will start. Um, Honestly speaking, it is very distasteful to hear each and every day that your island has this murder, the next murder, the third murder, and it has gotten so bad now that even the Canadian news is bringing it over the radio. Cause up to last week,
Mhm.
when there was a triple murder in one setting, and it got here, and that doesn't feel good because we know our country to be beautiful, to be safe, a very safe place to go to. And hearing that and seeing it over social media every day, a crime, a crime, a crime, it makes me wonder if there are jobs in the country, because we would have studied social studies as all, I guess, Caribbean students and international students. We studied social studies, and one of the main reasons for crime or the increase of crime is due to lack of employment. Also, with not being able to eat properly or whatever. And then, too, there's also the issue about gangs as well. So, this causes me to wonder why this keeps happening. So, I don't feel good about it at all. I really don't. It makes me feel very sad to know that, you can't really enjoy yourself without hearing know that there's a shooting here or a shooting there or whatever. Shanita?
Well, I know my country to be, as Tony said, very beautiful, very safe. Um, yes, you will hear about the murders, the homicides or whatever. You'll hear once in a while. Growing up, you would hear once in a while of something, whether it's a homicide, a suicide, something like that. But it would not be very frequent to the point where it's being shared on the news or on social media. You don't know that there's social media. Everything's going to be shown on social media. Um, but but it was not so frequent. And the thing about crime is that sometimes you might think of it as a nonchalant thing when it is not you, when you have not experienced it, when you don't know of a person who had to die by gun violence or something like that. But when it hits home, it becomes a different situation. And Barbados is already a very small country,
Yeah.
and we are known for our friendliness. We are known for our togetherness. I love my country with all my heart. I also love Canada as well with all my heart, but Barbados will always be number one home for me because that's my country. That's where I was born and raised. And yes, I mean, I was raised to some extent in Canada too, but Barbados was a majority of my life was, a majority of my childhood and teenage years was in Barbados. And yeah, so it doesn't feel good to hear about murders all the time like that. Um, and when I was, I don't remember how old I was, but one of my very close friends died by gun violence as well. We were very, very close. And he used to ask for me all the time. He used to check up on me all the time. It was a little childhood boyfriend, you know how it is. And I remember we used to go down crop over together. Or when we had like a little neighborhood parties, we would be together. Or we'd be outside on my veranda together, you know. And it was very shocking. I was in Canada when I heard. I think I was 20. I think I might have been like 22 or 23 when he died.
You look so young. You weren't so young when he passed. He passed before he came up. He passed like maybe a year before he came up here. Yeah.
Well, then I guess I don't remember how long ago it was, but I know I am still young, by the way. But 20 says it wasn't that long. I guess it just feels like it feels close, but it still feels far. But regardless, unfortunately, he died by gun violence too, and at that time it wasn't even so rampant,
Yeah.
in my opinion. It wasn't like an everyday thing. And then we knew of somebody else that that died by gun violence as well. And that was when it was starting to amp up more, and that's not how we want home to be. That's not what we want to have our country recognized as this place where you got all these shootings. And as Tony said, people are now starting to recognize that our, when I say people, I mean outsiders. Um, like we live in Canada, some Canadians, whatever. People are starting to say like, oh, but we hear that you had, this gunfight and this whatever whatever. This is not what we want, because again, Barbados is a tourist destination. A lot of the other islands have a lot of resources that aren't not, I mean, tourism is still one of their resources, but they have additional resources. Some may have oil, some may have waterfalls, or is waterfalls a resource? I don't even know. But
I
some
don't
might
think so.
some might have some might have gold,
Bauxite,
whatever else. You understand what I
nutmeg,
mean?
whatever.
Nutmeg, yeah, whatever.
Right.
Spices.
Spices,
So
right.
for us, I mean, we used to have sugar and stuff, but that kind of, on the way side.
Dwindled,
So
yeah.
for us, the biggest one is tourism, and we our country is so beautiful, peaceful, calming. I mean, recently it became party central, but our country was always beautiful to me, and I find it to be very distasteful, as Tony said, that there's every day you're hearing of somebody dying by gun violence.
Yeah, I remember we had. I don't think Shanita would know this particular neighbor or two, but he would, whenever he was driving to go to work back home, he would shout me. He would always give me a shout, and then when I came out here, then I heard, oh, he passed away by gun violence. Another guy, he used to ride around in my neighborhood as well. Went through Instagram one day, rest in peace.
Mhm.
So I mean, it to me, it's getting
It's
worse.
getting
It's
out of
getting
hand.
out of hand.
It's already out of hand. Talk about getting out of hand.
It
It's
already
already
out
out of
of
hand.
hand. True.
Yeah.
So I mean, like you just need to keep praying and asking God to, secure the country, the island, sorry, and be more positive and stuff like that. Show more love. I felt like the parties, even though everybody always crying out for the economy, parties bring people together. But to me, it looked like it bringing people apart or something, cause like people not going out now to enjoy themselves. People going out now to fight, kill, and cure. In some cases, so it's not a good feeling as persons from the island, and we speaking out about it too. We will have a little say.
And some people say, what good does prayer do? And to be honest, I mean, prayer is power at the end of the day. And sometimes when we take God out of the equation and then we ask, what does prayer do? Then you understand what does prayer do. Then prayer can't do anything if we were already taking God out of the equation.
True.
So at the end of the day, if we don't have that bringing back in the day, if you really sit down and look at how we as a people were back in the day, we were very spiritual in terms of Christianity and so on. And even if you might have other people from other religions or whatever, but the point is, it was more of a togetherness, a unified being, so to speak, because we put God first in everything that we do. And and you saw that even people that don't go to church, they have some type of respect for God, and today's people don't even respect God.
True.
There is a whatever type of situation, and then we ask, oh, what good does prayer do? What good does this do? It can't do anything, because you're already exiting God out of the equation. It can never work.
True.
But the whole thing is, when you get to the point where you have something like Tony talk about, like party occasion whereby it's like, something that we often go to, which is Iceland's Fish Festival. Whenever we were home, we would always go to Iceland's Fish Festival, and then you have somebody just shooting randomly into this entire thing that have a lot of people at it. That is a problem, because
Exactly.
anybody could have been hit.
Exactly.
More than one person could have been hit. A child could have been hit. And as I said before, people have been nonchalant about it before, but now everybody's scared. Everybody's now under toes, so to speak. You're like walking on ice picks or whatever, because now you don't know when the next person is hit. If it might be a family member, you don't know. Somebody could decide to go out somewhere and accidentally be hit. It might not be for them,
Correct.
but they're hit anyway, as with the guy that was from UE, the law guy, whatever. And like Tony said, people don't want to go out and enjoy themselves. People might be still going out, but at the same time, it's still in the back of your head, like this might happen.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it's ridiculous. And what can you say about it other than the fact that, you could only hope for better. You could only hope that things would settle down. You could only hope that, you know, everybody would somehow, the authorities, whoever, would be able to find a solution so that people can actually have elderly people being scared. Like my family are all back home. Majority of my family are all back home. My grandmother is literally scared to go down the street to pick up her medication
Right.
that she's used to picking up. She's used to walking down the street and picking up her medication, and now she's too scared to do that. My dad just had a stroke, and my mother is his primary caregiver. And just the other day, my dad suggested going down to Ice Stains for a little date night, which is something that he could do because despite he had a stroke, he has been resilient and have been get him recovering pretty well.
Yeah.
And they wanted to do a little date night and go out to Ice Stains or whatever, just to have that together time or whatever. And my mom had to say like, no, I don't think that's a good idea because if something happened, then you can't even run, you know. So, well, how can people enjoy themselves at this point? Like, it's very ridiculous. So
That was that was funny shit to say. Who are you going to run?
that's the reality. If you got people in a wheelchair, if you got people,
True.
maybe people with disabilities or whatever, they're going out, and you're just in panic mode because you no
Correct.
longer know what to do. If you're going down to the supermarket, if you're going on just basic necessities of life, and then you have to be looking behind your shoulder because you don't have an idea when some nonsense is going to break out. Like, we need to be real about the situation because, yes, at the end of the day, like I said, we live here in Canada, but we have majority of our family members back home.
True.
So, yeah. You can speak, my sister.
Sorry, guys, but that was just too funny. But yeah, Shanita is absolutely right. Like, we have to think about every time. I didn't mean to laugh, right? But every time we think that, but what she okay, right. What I wanted to say was you try to have a social life, but due to this whole crime situation, should have stopped looking like that.
It's not looking like what to. This is a serious topic.
Yeah, it is a serious topic, but yeah, you are so fearful for your life now to go out and you can't go. One time we used to all go to Ice Stains.
Ice things was the thing
Was
for
the
us.
place? Yeah.
Even whenever I come back home, the first thing is that we got ice
Ice
things.
things.
Just chill, whatever.
No, you're like, oh
I know.
goodness, you gotta pray now that nothing don't happen the time
Yeah.
when you were there. So
Even like you want to go to a party thing, or like you want to go to like what the other one named though, the ice cream place, whatever. The,
should I swing there? It's Chavert.
no, that everybody's hanging out by. Wait,
Oh,
no.
Chili Moose.
Yes, whatever
Right.
it name.
Oh,
Anyway,
Hastings.
right.
Right.
Just to chill with your friends, have a
Yeah.
little kick back, talk, whatever.
Even to go out by a friend's home.
Mhm.
At one point, my mother didn't even want me to drive by myself. That's when I went back home last year.
Mhm.
She didn't want me driving by myself. She's like, "Oh, I'll go with you, and I'll chill by grand while I go by with my friend or whatever." And I gotta be back home by a certain time because you don't want no issues. Because at that time, no, not only was it gun violence, people were stealing your cars.
Mhm.
You know. So I mean,
And
these are
is
things that's
and as
crazy.
Tony said, that so it's not only that, but that made you think of people who are working. So
Yeah.
it also messes with the small businesses. This is not. I want go as far as to say it's not affecting certain people, but when you really think of your people who are small business owners, for
Right.
example, people selling food like on a Friday and Saturday night,
Right.
we will have people opening up their shops and selling food up till past some days past midnight. Now people literally
Shutting
are
down
closing down
early.
early. The shops, these say shops or whatever to sell drinks and different things. People shutting down early. If you want a little late night snack or a little whatever, you can't even get it.
Can't even get it.
Right, like
Exactly.
people, and this affects them too because that's extra money they could have been bringing in, right? That they now have to have a cutoff limit for.
Correct.
So all is not just only the crime aspect of it or the safety aspect, but it's also the economy aspect. Yes, everybody can be a big business, that could open up like one of those big shopping complexes or whatever, or
True.
big stores,
Mhm.
like
Cost you
cost
less.
you less, right? Or whatever, right? That could have a whole heap of people coming or a lot of uppity people. You
Right.
understand? Like at the
Like
end of the day,
Massey and them so.
right?
Mhm.
There's small business owners who are also affected.
Exactly.
So and at this point now they're not even just shooting in the night; they're shooting in the broad daylight.
Correct.
So it's like when are you safe or when can you be safe?
True. And like Shalita said, like it's not even only the shooting, it's the stealing, the robbing.
Mm.
It's like people just coming up to you and doing what they want to do. You work hard and they collect your earnings, just like
Yeah,
that.
you're stealing from the same poor man as you. You're not.
Yeah.
It's not like a Robin Hood situation where you're stealing from the poor stealing from the rich to give to the poor.
Right.
Like you're literally stealing. Not that I'm saying stealing is right. I'm just saying it's not even like a Robin Hood situation where you're stealing from the people that have it to give to the people that don't have it.
Mhm.
You're stealing from the people that don't even have it. People that are struggling.
Right.
You little farmers that trying to make a dollar wanna carry the things. They don't even make no sense. So at the end of the day, you know.
Yeah. So with that being said, I know that I laughed a little too much.
As per usual.
But honestly, it's a very serious topic, and we want to hear from you, your thoughts about what we said. How do you feel? If your country has anything that that you feel like is a bit overbearing, you can share that with us too. And please continue to like
Share.
and subscribe. Until next time,
Bye
bye.
bye.